Hey everybody, Marvel Rivals just announced the character buffs that are going to go into effect tomorrow, as well as the new skins that'll be available for both Loki and Storm. Also, stay to the end of the video because I'm going to give you a recommendation on the best team up using these new buffs with these characters. My name's 8-Bit the Cool Dad. I'm a Grandmaster 1. Welcome to the channel. First, here is a peek of Loki's MVP screen, his presidential outfit, which I think is pretty awesome. And here is some gameplay of him using this outfit. Now, as someone who plays Loki a lot, I am going to be all over this. I think he's an amazing character. And this outfit's actually from the comics as well as the TV show. So that's a really cool callback to those references. Here's Storm's new skin called Goddess of Thunder. It looks pretty cool, and you can see she's wielding her hammer there called Stormcaster. Loki made her that hammer in the comic book lore, and she used it in a battle against Thor. Anyhow, players online are saying that they think her hair is a little bright and blue. They don't really like it. Maybe makes her an easier target. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that? I'd love to read your thoughts in the comments. Okay, let's get to the character buffs here. Starting with the Human Torch, he's getting a boost to his primary attack damage output and his ultimate ability. So specifically, his Fire Cluster projectile speed is going from 120 meters per second to 150 meters per second, and his projectile count is going from 12 to 14. That's an amazing buff. Also, he's getting an increase of energy cost of Supernova from 3,400 to 4,000, which is going to take longer to get to his ult. However, once he activates his ult, the damage wave is going to go from 70 to 80, and the Flame Tornado damage is going to go from 100 per second to 120 per second. So I think a lot of players are really going to use him and take advantage of this buff. Next up are some adjustments with Iron Man. It's a little bit good and a little bit maybe not so good. There's a decreased repulsor blast stage 1 and 2 direct hit damage, which is going down from 55 to 40. However, there's an increased spell field damage from 35 to 50. Now, there's also a decrease in stage 3 direct hit damage from 65 to 50, but the increased spell field damage is going from 40 to 60. His repulsor blast armor overdrive direct hit damage has been decreased from 55 to 50. However, there's an increase in spell field damage from 55 to 65. So what this means is that Iron Man's area of effect for his attacks is going to be much stronger, which can change the playstyle of how people are going to use Iron Man. He's probably going to be firing down more into groups of players. The last character to get a buff with this update is Cloak and Dagger. So the duo will see improvements in their healing abilities, making them more versatile for various team compositions. Specifically, there's going to be an increase in the healing effect from Light Force Dagger on hit allies from 10 to 16, and they're going to reduce the spell field healing amount generated by the hit from 18 to 16. That buff is really not that bad. Going from 10 to 16 is huge because most of her healing is done through her Light Force Dagger. So that's going to be awesome. So let's put this together and how you can combine these buffs on a team composition that can give you an advantage in ranked games. I really like the 2x2x2 composition, which gives you 2 strategists, 2 duelists, and 2 vanguards. I think this is the meta right now, and it's the most balanced way to play the game in ranked with the team. Let's start with a strategist and a duelist being matched together. I think Cloak and Dagger obviously is a great pick because her ult is amazing, and of course she got this buff. I think the duelist that should be paired up with Cloak and Dagger is Moon Knight because they have a team up in the game, which gives him the ability to cloak and go invisible and put himself into some really great angles to take out the enemy team and put out a lot of damage. Moon Knight just does a ton of damage with his Ankh, and if people time his cooldowns appropriately, he can blast people into oblivion really quickly and take down tanks as well. With Moon Knight, you're going to want to take advantage of that cloak ability and use it to put you in positions normally you can't get to without being seen, and this can keep the enemy team off balance. Next up, you're going to want to use a team composition of Invisible Woman as a strategist with the Human Torch. Obviously, he's got those buffs. You want to take advantage of the extra protection that Invisible Woman gives him when they have their team up in effect, and the Human Torch can provide fire from above in the sky, and a lot of teams, if they don't have a team composition suitable to take out flyers, then they're going to have a hard time shooting you out of the sky as the Human Torch, and use that to your advantage. Rain fire down on the enemy team where they don't know where the attacks are coming from. Also, with Moon Knight flanking and adding attacks to the back from different angles, this is a great versatile team composition which will keep the enemy not knowing where the attacks are coming from and not knowing where to attack and defend themselves. With Vanguards, I would start with the Thing because again, with Invisible Woman's team up with the Thing, he gets an additional shield, and he's going to be great at charging in and bullying the enemy while they're looking up the sky and trying to shoot down the Human Torch or looking for Moon Knight. Doctor Strange needs to be the other Vanguard. He's S tier. He's a top pick. He's a must-have if you're going to play in competitive. I would also add the option to swap out Doctor Strange for Penny because if you got people in your backline taking out your strategist and they can't heal your team team. You can put Penny further back and have her set up her spider's nest with the mines, and this will be really good against divers like Black Panther and Magic. I think this is a really great composition to use in competitive because you've got a couple strong strategists who can heal really quickly. You've got strong tanks with a good front line. You've got a tank option for versatility that can protect your back line. You've got someone in the air, and you've got someone flanking at different angles. This is a really good versatile composition, and I would love to know if you try this, if this works out well for you. We're certainly going to be working with that on our end with my team. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, your feedback. I'd also like to hear your ideas for ultimate team compositions using these characters or maybe different characters with them. Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.